Welcome to Meet Your Maker. I'm Nathan Ondracek, sitting down with Eric Chen, creator of Sabobatage. Eric, can you tell us about Sabobatage for those who might not have played it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me here, Nathan. This is Sabobatage, the Boba card game. In short, it's a very quick, casual tabletop game with loads of strategy. It's meant for 2 to 5 players for ages 7 and up. And essentially, you're a boba shop owner trying to be the first one to create 5 drinks while helping yourself and sabotaging your opponents, who are fellow boba shop owners or rival boba shop owners.
I love it. I love it. Everyone set up a boba shop and see who can make 5 drinks first, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you've just announced a new expansion that's coming out with Tasty as a collaborator on this. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so some of the most popular flavors that people do order at boba shops would probably be strawberry, but we purposely left that out because we were hoping for a collaboration with some boba shops that use strawberry as their main drink or order or most popular drink. And so, you know, with this collaboration, we're like, okay, cool, let's introduce strawberry. And then of course, with different flavors, we were able to introduce honeydew, for instance, which is also another popular flavor. Like there's like the Melona bars or something. So that is also a widely popular flavor. So we were able to integrate some of those things. And then another popular topping would be rainbow jelly as another one. So that one was fun to create too.
Okay, so all of these are being introduced into the Tasty expansion. What's your favorite flavor?
Well, out of those options, I would say strawberry is one of those, you know, indulgences or guilty pleasures that you'll get. So you have like the strawberry matcha latte. Because I usually just go for a very straightforward tea. But when I want something sweet, then, you know, some shops will put like a strawberry puree or fresh strawberries and mix that in. So that's why strawberry has been such a popular item for most people, and then myself included.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm definitely someone who goes for the strawberry flavor when I'm going into a boba shop. Yeah. So I'm very excited to see that there. Eric, you recently crossed $1 million in sales, which is roughly 200,000 boba teas. What does that feel like?
Oh man, yeah, no, that's it's an amazing feat. And then I think I was telling you earlier too, off camera, that the day we hit $1 million in revenue was on my birthday. And I was like frantically calculating numbers, like, are we there? I think we're a couple $1,000s short, and then I was like, oh, we're not gonna make it, but then I forgot there's retail orders too. So once I threw those numbers in, we were like $30 short. And then one customer that I had met in Canada, we did a little show there, and she had just purchased like an accessory just out of nowhere. And then I'm like, oh my God. So I messaged her, I was like, you helped us cross over that $1 million on my birthday too. So it was just a very surreal moment. An internal goal that I've always had, but then just to have it, you know, come to life, it was an amazing, amazing day. Right,
because this is your first game that you've made?
Correct, yeah.
And to have it hit $1 million in sales, that's huge. I would love to hear really quick any like encouragement that you would have for someone who's making a new game, striving for a similar goal.
At the end of the day, to me, art is what sells, because game mechanics, there's always going to be a different type of game mechanic that people would enjoy. For me, the art is where you can showcase most of the quality of how much time and effort you go into it, right? So it comes down to the attention to detail, and that ends up translating into the marketing aspect of things too. So how great your artwork is, the attention to detail that you put into it, and then all of that going in to the marketing. So that's what I would say to me, especially because I come from an e-commerce background. Marketing and what you show is the most important part too. And then the game will stick if the game is fun, right? And you have to trust your game design and mechanics there, because once you have to attract people to get it. And then the question is, once they get it, will it stick, and then will it grow from there? And so luckily, yeah, people do find it fun, and where a lot of the sales come from word of mouth, but it starts from the top with the design and the marketing and artwork, I'd say.
Yeah, and you've made some really fun characters. You've got a very dialed in look here. One of the things that we love about Sabobatage is your commitment to giving back to the community. What ways are you doing that?
So part of the initiative was always to try to figure out how to give back. In my previous businesses, you know, we're just selling random products, you know, sourcing from China and just selling it online. There's no real brand to it. So once I did create this just changed everything. And for me to be able to go out there showcase the brand, work with different organizations, we had nonprofits reach out to us. So we're able to, something as small as like, oh, here's a package for a silent auction event that they're hosting for their event. And then the biggest initiatives have been toy drives mainly, especially around the holidays. So in the last 2 years, we've been able to support an organization based out in LA called APA Toy Drive. So they host a large event every year, and we've been able to donate, I think at this point, not counting this upcoming holiday, we've donated about 900 games to them.
Wow.
Yeah, what's amazing is that they partner up with, I believe, about 13 to 20 orgs that are like children's centers, youth programs, people, you know, low income, and so they're able to distribute that out. And so what's great is they work with children from all ages. So they collect the products, games, donations, and then they let the kids come and choose the toys too. So it feels like the kids get to choose what present they're getting for the holidays. And I was worried for a second when I was like, oh, do you want me, we're planning to donate 500 this year. And I was like, are you sure like the kids, like if it's the same group of people, like it's gonna be a repeat? They're like, no, because there's always new age, or maybe the 6-year-old is now 7 this year, so maybe they'll be into a board game. So
interests change. That's so beautiful though, to go from someone starting your first game and say it's our mission to give back in that way, and to have done so much in just a short amount of time. I just want, like, well done. Like, thank you, because I think that's so much of what the gaming community is about, right? Is how can we help others? And I think that's a beautiful thing that we're seeing more and more of. So that's so beautiful to hear that story. All right, Eric, now it's time for the lightning round. Just a few short questions here to get to know more about you, and we'll see. We heard a little bit about what you go into a boba store to grab, but like, what's your boba drink pairing for a game of Sabobatage, and does it change depending on if you're using a different expansion?
Ooh, that's a great question. If we're having a normal boba night, I'd probably still have my go-to, which is the green tea passion fruit with aloe. So if you're having a game night and people are wanting to snack on stuff and chewing, whether it's boba balls or other jellies, I'll get aloe. It's a healthier alternative. So I'll have that as a little snack with the drink. I would say if we're rolling out the Tasty expansion, they have a wide variety of drinks. Our go-to, or when I say our, my girlfriend and I, our go-to drink is what they call the Crypt Tea Night. It's a smoothie blend with matcha and jasmine tea. So it's like a very robust mixture of flavors. So it's like if you really like matcha and then you like jasmine, which I know a lot of people, it may not be part of their preferred palate, but because we love both, it's a perfect mix. So if you have a chance to go to a Tasty shop, I would recommend getting the Crypty Night. Okay, the Crypty Night at the Tasty. Next lightning question. Which flavor of boba is the best at Sabobatage, and why do you think that is? I would say matcha, most likely, in the entirety of the game. It is powerful because in the prior game you're choosing to play one more or draw one more, but then matcha allows you to do both, and so it's a pretty strong card, and we were conscious about making that decision. But yeah, matcha is always a top contender flavor. I've played this game with my wife before, and the battle is essentially who's got the matcha card, and then can you then steal that card and use that card? It's a powerful card. All right, last one. In another universe, what is the name of your boba shop? Oh man, we've been running on this, and I feel like it's a cheesy name, but if you look at some of our content and our lore, we just call it Saboba Shop, as a play on Sabobatage. But then what does Saboba Shop mean? Because it's not a combined word like Sabobatage. And so the abbreviation is Super Awesome Boba Shop is what it would stand for, with the SA in the beginning. Super Awesome Boba Shop. Yeah. Saboba Shop. I love it. I love it. If I were doing one, I think it would be a games-based boba shop. So I decided that I was going to go with Game Set Matcha. Done. Let's partner up on that. All right, there we go. You heard it here first. We've got this happening. Game Set Matcha coming 2020. I told people that the retirement plan was to run a boba shop when I'm like a grandpa. So you know those like Japanese videos that you see like all the old people just like perfecting their craft. I'm like, that'll be me with just, you know, hand serving like one boba drink at a time. So,
yes, that perfect boba to each customer.
So 2055.
There you go, 2055, that's when it is. There it is, 2055. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for coming in and talking to us more about Tasty Expansion and Sabobatage. Where can people find you? Where can we find Sabobatage?
So there's a few options. The first one, easiest one, is always going to be on our website directly. There's 2 sites you can type in, bobacardgame.com. That's the easiest one to remember. Otherwise, sabobatage.com is our main site, which the Boba card game will lead you to. The other parts is our stores, big box stores that are going to be coming soon. So that's really big news on our side. We can't disclose which one yet because it'll be in the new year. And then there are participating retail stores, small game stores that do carry us, and boba shops that also carry us as well. So a lot of different options for people. And I do encourage to go shop local if you can to support these stores more than purchasing online.
That's awesome. So check out your friendly local game store or head to the boba shop. Maybe Sabobatage is there. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for coming in and joining us talking about Sabobatage. Be sure to follow Sabobatage on all of the social medias, and be sure to follow us at Watch Tabletop and tune in on YouTube to Tabletop News every Thursday for all your gaming news.